focused on keys. Today we're going to focus on less on trying to maximize the number of rooms we build and more on building new rooms that we haven't seen before. And also trying to collect meta progression resources. So that's the goal for today's stream, for day 5. We'll see how this plays out. All right, so right off the bat, I do notice something interesting, which is that our 2 trunks that we got from the observatory last time are not here. So sadly, it seems that that is not something that remains. You have to build the observatory and then, I guess, luck into getting those 2 stars. I'm not quite sure. We need to build the observatory several more times to fully understand how it works. That being said, we're going to go ahead and get started. We still want to stay south as much as possible early to avoid the need for keys and collect resources. Let's see what we can build here. All right, so we can do the den or the parlor. I think the den is the way to go here. That'll give us 2 exits and a gem, guaranteed. We can get 2 gems from the parlor, but might as well build this first. Hey, Pilo, welcome back to the channel. I don't know what engine this is built in, to be honest. I mean, you can look it up. It's called Blueprints. It's a mystery / puzzle / roguelite game, I guess. And I'm not sure what engine it runs on. All right, here's our free gem. Doesn't appear to be anything else. Now, what time is it? Now, this is interesting. It's just past 8 o'clock. So yeah, I think the day starts at 8 a.m. I think we've determined that now. All right, let's continue east here. Let's see. Coat check. Check 1 item and retrieve it on another day. So I'm not sure about this yet. I think we'll go with the closet and get the items. We might put the coat check in here later. I don't fully understand how this works yet. It is Unity. Okay, good to know. All right. Now, this is interesting. The images in here have changed. So last time we built the closet, it was clock and lock. This time, it's buck and 10 tag. Looks like we picked up a drafting dice. Very nice. Ivory die. And a gem as well. We'll take that. All right, let's head north. Or, well, we could spend 1 more point to backtrack a little bit here and go west instead. All right, I would like to build the nursery early, and we have a gem for it. I think this is a good investment for giving us lots of steps. So whenever we draft a bedroom, gain 5 steps. I think that's pretty solid. Let's build a nursery here. We haven't actually built this before or been in here, so there could be an item, and I want to read the description, so we'll spend the step to come in, even though it's a dead end. One of the few rooms you vividly remember from your visits here in your youth, though even at that time, you remember feeling a little old for the activities provided here. The twin cribs found in this room might suggest that at one point in time there had been some hopeful expectations of a sudden growth of the family tree. Hey, D2Ta, welcome back to the channel. It's the camera movement, of all things, that made it obvious. Only Unity has a camera like this? Really? Well, you're the expert. You would know better than me. All right, so we got a crowbar here, some blocks and a ball, little happy star plushie. I like the decorations. I don't know if there can be an item here for us to pick up, but let's take a look around, see if there's any clues or anything else. This is the first time we've been in this room. Could that be a clue, the structure of these blocks here? I don't think so. I don't know if that's worth taking a screenshot of. Okay, we did pick up a gem, so that's something nice. And then we've got a book here. Some sort of children's book. Looks like it's a little prince. The Red Prince by Marion Marigold. Okay, this was either the first or second book that Marion wrote, for which she received some sort of award. We've seen that in the clippings. In the archives. And I believe Marion is our mother. So this could be very important. Let's take a look at all of this. There was a red prince who sat on a red throne. He had a red crown made of rubies and a red castle made of stone. The prince had a love for all things red. It's the only true color the prince often said. Now that's interesting because we've seen memos suggesting that red memos are lies and blue memos are true. This book is saying the opposite. He could not stand the sight of a canary or a crow. He could not stand the white of a swan in the snow. And he never looked up for fear of the view. He had heard that the sky was not a red hue. So he always had a book to turn his eyes down if he was ever outside when the clouds weren't around. And do you know which book the prince always had? The one that made him happy whenever he was sad? A story he had read in the bath and the bed. And maybe you can guess with the clues that we have said. It was the story of a boy who also wore red, and he looked like our prince from his toes to his head. And as you, my reader, might already assume, this book is quite near you. In fact, in the same room. A story about you, if it needs to be said. About a red prince and his book. The red book we just read. That's actually a really cute story. I assume there's some clues hidden in here. But she wrote this book for her son, about her son, and there's like a meta level to it. Hydrant, rose, lobster, stop sign, flag, apple, wagon. So the red prince, Simon, likes the color red? Not sure what else to make of that. I feel like there's so many things that are gonna be... We're gonna find something later that's gonna be like, oh my god, that's what that was, or that's what... I feel like that's the kind of feeling that the developers are going for, or that they've baked into this. And we haven't found anything that is a revelatory yet. We haven't found anything that tells us like, oh my god, I need to go back and look at that again. Like all these drawings, we don't know what these are. Crowbar, prayer beads, like I don't know how to interpret them yet. You know, there are 4 colors here. Blue, gold, red, and gray. That could maybe be important. I don't know. All right. Well, that's the nursery. Let's head back to the entrance hall and draft a room north here. Okay, so our package has been delivered. I think we picked this up early, even though this... Yeah, we have an exit from the den, so hopefully the run isn't over here. It's a really fascinating game already. Agreed. Okay, so let's see what we grab from our package here. Brass compass, coupon book, and 2 keys. Okay. So the compass lets us draw floor plans leading north more frequently. The coupon book makes all our purchases cost 1 less coin. Not that we have any coins yet. And then we grab 2 keys. That's a nice pickup. It's not magical or anything, but it's not bad. Anything else squirreled away in a corner here? Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, we've seen this. We've seen this. Denny Ravane is no longer with the staff. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else in here. All right, so we got to go over to the den and head north. And we need a good draw here. We can't have a dead end. Dead end will end the run. We have to use the secret passage because the parlor and the guest room are both dead ends for us. So we have to go to secret passage here. Or I could redraw. But you know what? We have keys. I think we will go secret passage here. All right, so let's take a look around. We've got a bathtub and a bat. I mean, they both start with the letter B. Is that something? I don't know. What do we want to do here? A bedroom is unlikely to have... I think we want to have a hallway. That'll guarantee us an exit. Green rooms often have exits as well. We have a key in case things are locked here. Yeah, I think since it's a run ender, if we don't get an opening, I think we have to go orange here for a hallway. Now, I don't know if this will actually be locked or not. No, okay. All right. Foyer. Hallway doors are always unlocked. I don't have the things I need for it. The Great Hall has 7 locked doors. We only have 1 key, so that's not great. This helps us out with 2 exits. I could redraw here. I wish... I've never built this foyer, so I wish I had another gem, but I don't. And I want to save this for later, so I think we go hallway here. Imagine you get another dead end. Yeah. It could happen. All right, so here we have clock and lock. We've seen these 2 before, but not in this particular... I don't think in this particular hallway. I don't know if this is related to... I wonder if the last time we saw clock and lock was on this square. I wonder if the drawings here have to do with the square that you're on. I guess I could check. So like... 2, 3, 4, 3 is clock and lock. Let me make a note of that and see if that's still the case the next time we build 4, 3. Here we go. X4, Y3 equals clock and lock. All right, we'll see. We'll see if that comes into play later. So we got 2 exits. I think we want to head east first and hope we get a way to go down and fill in that spot, but if not... Okay, so we've got the kitchen. Food for sale. We have no coins and it costs a gem. Heads north. Not happy about that. Pantry also heads north, which is nice. It's a spare exit. But we do have the dice in case of emergency. So it's either... It might be... I might want to build the utility closet early here. Just because we don't know when we're going to get it. And if we build it early, we can set things up for ourselves, right? Pantry gets us coins, but I think I'm better off with the utility closet. And then we hope we can get something over here and fill in some of this over on the west side. But as I said at the start of the stream, I'm less interested in like maximizing the number of rooms I built and more interested in building interesting rooms today. So I think we'll go breaker box here. You're like a historian of video games, Pilachu. You know so much about games. I don't think it's wrong to call you an expert. All right, I don't remember ever seeing this particular drawing before, or that one. So like, is that a mountain or is that a hut? It kind of looks like a hut on top of a mountain, but the perspective makes it weird. And then we've got a bean or a pea pod or something. I don't know how to interpret these at all. All right, we don't really know anything about the vac indicators. Let's turn the keycard system off. We'll turn the dark room on. Oh, this is interesting. I think we have to come back here after we get to the dark room and trigger the short in order to turn it on. I'm not sure about that. We'll turn the garage on as well. And then we don't have the switch for the cabinet, whatever that is. We don't know how the vac indicators work at all. We just know that there's this weird pattern. We don't really know what that means. So... You know what? Ah, interesting. So I can pick which one is white, but I can only have one white at a time. Oh, and this one won't go back. And now I can't get this one to be purple either. Oh, now this one will change? Okay, weird. So I could pick which one of these is white, but then after that, things get weird. Let me just make the first one white for now. All right, so we've built the breaker box. We might need to come back here. Not sure. We need to go north now, and we'd really like more than one exit if possible. Let's see what we get. Nook at least gets us one more exit. I'm not happy with a lot of this. It's going to force us to go north here. But rather than use this now, because these are both dead ends, I guess we'll go Nook to pick up another key and then hope we get a good roll here. D2 says, also, I don't know if you've seen it, but there's an event going on Monster Hunter Wilds. Yes, the Blossom Dance Festival. I have been playing it. Just I'm not streaming it really because I don't know. I didn't have that much interest in folks watching me play. And even though like I got pretty good with Kinsec Glaive, kind of after like I went back. Remember the Zoshia fight? I fainted twice and like it took me 30 minutes. I can kill Zoshia in like 8 minutes now because I learned a little bit more. Like I've been practicing a lot, but it's off stream, so I don't know that anybody wants to watch that. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's quite good. I'm branching out to learn Gunlance now, mainly because of the Rathian Arena quest. But there's just endless content in that game, endless grind. All right, here's our key. Anything else in here that's new or unexpected? I doubt it. We've never really found anything spare here in the Nook. All right, we've got to get an exit north or the run's over, so let's see what we get here. Pantry will do it, so we'll security. I think security's worth building too, especially because we had the breaker box and turned power off to the doors. So the book, the Red Prince said red is always true. But there's a memo over here that says blue memos are true and red memos are lies, which is weird. Okay, so first things first. Since we turned off power to the keycard system, we're gonna set security level to high, and we're gonna set offline mode to unlocked. That way, we'll encounter a lot of security doors that we can open freely. And then we still don't have a password to log into this thing. And only one way to go here. All right. You switch from longsword to shield and sword. You got your first Ardian weapons. Very nice. Yeah, I have, I think, one Ardian weapon right now, but it's... I think it was a poison glaive? I can't remember. All right. Kitchen, I think, is the way to go. This will burn... Oh, I don't have the gem. Spare room takes us further north, which I really don't like. Or I could redraw here. But I could get 3 dead ends. Nah. All right, we'll go spare room. I do have 3 keys, so even though we're heading pretty far north here, there's a good chance, or I hopefully I won't be locked out. Now, this is interesting. There's 2 interesting things here. So we're looking out the east side of the estate, and we can see that, like, palisade with the statue in it. It reminds me of the room we built yesterday. And then there's that boat there. Both of these things are sort of interesting to me. I don't know if they're clues or not, but I'll take the screenshot. All right, let's continue. What do we got here? Bedroom seems really good. So I can't build drawing room. Yeah. So we're going to get 5 steps for drafting this because we built the nursery. And it gives us finally a dog leg left. So there's 5 steps from the nursery. We gain 2 steps from entering. Very nice. Let's see if there's anything to pick up, anything that got spawned in. Last time there was something on top of this hand, but there's nothing there this time. This box has the like symbol of the estate kind of halfway written on it. I don't know if that's relevant or not. And there's a picture of mom with the moon pendant. We think that's our mom. We're not 100% on that. All right, there doesn't appear to be a pickup in here. There's a coastline and a raincoat drawing in here. All right. All right, we got to use a key. All right, let's see what we've got. Chapel, not great. Can't afford the drawing room. Pantry heads north, though. Again, pretty rough. Why is everything rotated in such a way that... Like, I would really like it... Oh, because I have the compass. I picked up the compass, that's why. Maybe that's why. Yeah, so everything's oriented to the... Everything's oriented to give me a way north, if possible. That's tricky. That's tricky. That might mean I can't get back down. We could go chapel here. I don't... Actually, I'm kind of interested to know what happens if you enter the chapel without a coin. This might be a run-ender. I don't know. But at least it has an exit west. So I have 0 coins. What happens when I enter this room? Nothing. So you can't give what you don't have, but there's no penalty for... You're not prohibited from entering or anything like that. Okay, good to know. Interesting detail. All right, so we want to continue west here and try to head south. It's going to be tough because of the compass, I think, but let's see what we can get. Passageway, I can't afford. Observatory, I can't afford. Parlor's going to head north again. Yeah. So the compass kind of screwed us this run. Like, I've missed out on huge chunks of it. I guess I can go parlor here. I might... Yeah, I'll pick up some gems from this. And I can't... I could redraw, but I can't build... I have no gems to build interesting rooms anyway. I really would love this passageway, but I think something like this is the only way I'm getting south. So this run might be cut pretty short here. Let's go into the parlor to grab... I don't have another exit lying around, do I? No, it's all blocked off. Okay. All right, so let's grab the key. Anything else lying around? Oh, this is new. What is this? You found a small coin purse. Each time you collect 3 coins, earn an additional 1 coin in interest. Okay. We might not get much use out of that, but it's certainly interesting. I think that's probably the only pickup. Yeah, all right, let's solve the puzzle. Yeah, it's not looking super great, but we might do 2 days at once. Like, if this run ends, like, within half an hour of starting the stream, I'll do a second day today. All right, there are 4 boxes in this room. I don't think that desk counts as a box. I think that's got to be a lie, right? Unless... I don't think any of those count as a box. So I think blue's got to be a lie. There's not a box on the ceiling or something crazy like that, is there? All right. There's only 1 box in this room. That's also a lie. The gems are in the true box. So the gems are in this box. All right. At least we got a couple gems now. That opens up our drafting opportunities. We're going to keep heading north because we don't have a choice. All right, so drawing room, we're not going to get to go west. Pantry, we could go west and pick up some coins. I don't really want to go further north at all. And I don't really want to get locked into the east side either. I'd like all right, let me try the pantry here. So we can grab the apple and the coins. We should get a bonus coin from the coin purse here. So instead of 4, we should end up with 5. Nice. Okay. And this is the same note as ever, right? Yeah. Anything else in here? We really need to head south if we possibly can. Paint can and beer. I don't know if that would be can or paint. Paint can and then beer or stein or tumbler or something. Yeah, it's a bit of a rough run here. That's our last key, so yeah, we could be in some troubles here. I have an exit from the chapel, so I could go storeroom to grab another key, another gem, and another coin. Boudoir heads north. Kitchen heads north as well. Food for sale. I don't need food. I don't need steps. So it's either redraw or storeroom. I think we... Yeah, with this run's kind of ruined. I don't see a way to get out of this situation where we've blown all these things. The mailroom didn't help us out a lot. All right, I think I have to do this to grab the key. And then we backtrack to the chapel. Sideways tie for some reason. This is still the little blue bird. All right, nothing else here. So back to the chapel and north, I guess. We'll lose a coin here, sadly. All right. Yeah, there's our... this is not a good run. All right, what are we going to build? You know... we could corridor. Honestly, I think the run is over. I think we just take the meta progression here. And then call it a day and move on to the next day. Because something about this run just didn't play out very well. I could corridor here and try to see what else we can get. But at least here we get one of these stars. And then it's fine to call it a day and start over. I don't think there's any need to like finish the game in as few days as possible. So yeah, let's just take the meta progression here. That puts our total stars at 3. And so I guess we're going to see the slice. Still not 100% on exactly how this works. Can I like choose here? No, as soon as I draw it, as soon as I click anything, it just does it. It's kind of weird. Okay. So we could make our way all the way back to the entrance hall and go outside, but there's nothing to do there either, so I'm just going to call it a day here. And we'll move on to day 7. It's kind of a bum run. Really, the only thing we picked up of value was that star. There's no other meta progression that we earned. Interesting what it got called here. The east-facing cottage. East wing favored. Built 18 rooms. 1 new room. Yeah, it was not a great day. What was the new room? The nursery? You still had a door. Where? I don't think I did. Oh, the observatory has an exit? What? I thought the observatory was a dead end. Oh, my bad. Somehow I never noticed that. Okay, so that was a mistake, but what can I say? Day 5 was a bust. Let's move on to day 6. Let's see if we can do a little bit better today. So, important lesson learned. If you find and pick up the compass, it's going to be real hard to go south. So that changes your your priority for what you want to build in terms of connections. You want to branch out west and east first before you head north, because once you head north, you're not coming back. Right? All right, let's get started here. Oh yeah, we wanted to see if 4-3 was clock and lock again. Maybe, yeah, let's see if we can head that direction and see if they're the same. Because these images, Ace of Spades and Queen of Diamonds, have been the same every single time. So I'm wondering if it's related to which square you're in. That may be an important realization. I don't know what it's going to mean yet, but it could be important. Hallway seems strong here. 2 exits. What does this say? That's a lie. All right, so this could be a dead end if we want. Okay, both of these are interesting to me. Closet has 2 items. Utility closet. We can mess with power. I think picking up items early is better. We can, hopefully we draft this a second time if we need it. But I think picking up items early is pretty strong. Let's see, we got a key. And the compass again. Okay. So once again, that means we're going to have trouble moving south. So we want to prioritize either east or west here, not north, because north is going to come like free of charge no matter what. So let's see what we can get from this door. All right, chapel sucks. Parlor's good because we've got our 2 exits over here. So if we come over to this square, that's fine. That's 2 more gems for us. And then I don't think we need the bedroom right now. So let's go parlor. All right, there's the wind-up key. Let's see, no coin purse. Yeah, no extras this time, it looks like. All right, let's solve the puzzle. All right, this statement appears on another box. This statement appears on another box. So both of these are true, which means this one has to be a lie. The blue box is empty. Okay, so the blue box has the gems. These logic puzzles are not that hard. There's only 3 boxes, so there's only so many things they can do. But still, they're not exactly challenging. All right, this can be a dead end if we want. Guest bedroom for plus 10 steps. To get 10 steps early isn't bad. This heads north. Spread gems in each green room. You know what? I don't think we've ever built this. I don't think I've ever built a spread room. And we have a gem for this, and this gives us more gems. So I think building this early is very strong, and then we'll try to build green rooms. Yeah, let's build the patio here. Now, do I want to go in there right now? Yeah, because I want to explore it. And then we're going to double back. We're going to backtrack to the entrance hall, I think. We're not going to continue northward here. Yet. Do I want to backtrack? So, yeah, it's not that many steps to backtrack. All right, let's go check out the patio. A roofed outdoor seating area located along the perimeter of the estate. During the summer evenings, it's not unusual for the grill to be employed while entertaining acquaintances of a more informal nature. Okay. So certain rooms I think can only be built along the edge. I don't see how the patio could be in the middle of the estate, right? It would have to be at an edge, either the east or west edge, I guess, or north. There's some dirt if we had a shovel, which we don't have, of course. There's another dirt patch. So if we pick up a shovel, it might be a good idea to come back here. What have we got here? Ooh, hold on. First of all, we've got our gem. Then we've got our apple, which I believe is 2. Yeah. So apples are 2, bananas are 3, oranges are 5. We've got a note here that says, buried below. Occasionally, you may discover small mounds of dirt in certain rooms of the estate. With a shovel, one may be able to excavate these suspicious dig spots. Yeah, I actually knew that already. But I suppose if you didn't know that, that's a nice tutorial. Can't open the grill or interact with the dials, it seems. So I do wish I've only seen the shovel once. We're on day 6, so I've done 6 runs and I've only seen the shovel once, so it must be kind of rare. We have an exit from the patio here. What I might do is draft it now, but not actually walk through it, depending on what it is. Let's see. Let's draft it now and see what happens. Oh, now this could be really strong. This is a dead end. So because we spread gems in green rooms, getting the greenhouse means we're likely to have like infinite gems for this run. I feel like this is actually a really solid draft right here. Yeah, let's do the greenhouse. So we should have tons of green rooms and tons of gems this run, which is interesting. It lets us draft the more interesting rooms too. All right, I will enter because I want to read about it. This room is always warm as its glass walls and roof help to retain the sun's rays. The gardener, however, should be scolded for the soil here is dry and the flower beds are devoid of all signs of life. It's a drafting room. Oh, it affects drafting. It's a green room. It's a dead end. Standard rarity, drafted 1 time. Okay, there could be a shovel in here too, which would be fantastic. Let's see. I mean, it seems like the kind of place that would have one, right? Yep, there's the shovel. Very nice. That's an excellent pickup. Especially if green rooms have more dirt in them. Oh, look at this. What are we going to dig up? Nothing of interest was buried here. Okay. An ordinary key. Nice find. Love that. This run is much better already, I feel. Well, part of it is that we learned about the compass. Got a fan up there. There's a crack in the glass. There's that colonnade or palisade we saw from further north in the estate. And then the only other thing here, I think, is this note. Oh boy, some music. Sheet number 5. I can kind of sort of read music, but so the melody here is something like trees found inside will never shade, something like that. I don't know. I'm not going to try to sing the whole thing, but I will read the lyrics here. Trees found inside will never shade. The gems that shine in night and rain. The clue you hold cannot be paid with gems nor coin, so toss away. These sheets you find, a worthy trade. Wow, okay, that's definitely some sort of riddle. Trees found inside will never shade. So trees found in darkness would never shade, I guess? The gems that shine in night and rain, the clue you hold cannot be paid with gems nor coin. So toss away. These sheets you find a worthy trade. So this has the number 5. It suggests that coins and gems we trade or toss away somehow. Yeah, I don't know what to make of that. We can't, like, pick it up and take it with us, but I definitely screenshotted that. What do we got over here? What is this? Tell me that doesn't look like it should be something I can interact with. I might need... Oh, I need it if I had a lever. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. So here's the antechamber. And then this symbol on the top looks exactly like the antechamber. And it looks like if I had a lever and I could use it here, it would open the southern door. I think that's what this is. Ooh, interesting. I think that's what this is for sure, for real. Well, it's not for sure, but it seems like a strong guess. That seems pretty dope. Now, it is red. It's hard to tell. I don't know if you can catch it on stream, but the block there that's filled in is red. So that might be a lie, which means one of these other doors opens. I don't even know how the north door would work. I guess the north door would be the exit to the room 46 and the end of the game, maybe. But that's interesting. All right. Now that we have the shovel, we can dig these up and get other items, perhaps. You dug up a worthless old tin can. Not worth picking up. Okay. Well, that sucks. What else we got? There was one more here. Yeah, okay. You dug up a few unimpressive pebbles. Not even worth picking up. Well, come on now. I was all excited to have this thing. If we can get a lever this run, we might get into the antechamber for the first time, which would be very exciting. Very exciting. All right, back to the hallway and back to the entrance hall and then west. I did want to see this room to see if it had the same images as before. I might need to make a grid. I might need to make my own grid and create my own, list of stuff for which paintings are in which grid cell, if that turns out to be correct. All right. It feels like a good run so far. Okay, security seems solid here. Yeah, I don't need either of these, and I want to keep... Remember, once we head north, we're not coming south, so going across to this last square seems solid. Let's get the security room built. We haven't built the breaker yet, so for that reason... I think we need to set security doors to low for now. And then maybe come back here. Okay, I haven't missed anything. That's good. Keycard system settings. We'll set the security level to low for now. And then Offline mode, I don't see why we would want it ever to be locked. There might be a reason for it, but for now, I think that's what we work with. All right. So let's go over here. We have 2 exits north right now, so this can be a dead end. Let's see what we've got. I don't want the furnace. I don't have any coins, so the commissary is kind of not great. I guess we go pantry here. All right. I have the shovel and the compass. All right. So there's a room that lets you combine items. I would be curious to see which items you can combine. I don't think I've actually built it yet because every time that I drafted it, I didn't have items. But like, if I combine the shovel and the compass, what does that do? You know what I mean? Like, are all combinations possible or are there only certain ones? All right. Sadly, I cannot build the veranda right now. We could go utility closet. And since we have the security room, I think building the utility closet now makes sense. Storeroom would also be good. Greater chance of finding items in green rooms. I'd love to build this, but I need to get my hands on some gems. So that's one argument for the storeroom, is to get a gem here for drafting green rooms as they come up. Plus we get a key and a coin. I think we'll have the option to build a utility closet later. So I'm going to go storeroom here for the gem, I guess. Oh, now look at this. So we've seen this blueprint before, and that E is always in the same spot. It's in this room right here. I don't know what that means. There's our gem. We picked up our coin and our key. We got plane and blueprint, I guess. Biplane. I guess you could call this biplane and blueprint. Like, there's been hints to me of things like of the 2 pictures having like a similar nature, either starting with the same letter, or one time we saw clock and lock. Like, that kind of similarity seems to be some kind of theme to the drawings, but I don't fully grok it yet. All right, so we backtrack to security and head north, looks like. Yeah. So, like, this could be beads and bar, although that's crowbar. Prayer beads, prayer, tool. Like, I don't know how to interpret these. All right, well, maybe we'll learn eventually. Let's keep playing the game. All right, aquarium is every color of room, so technically it would be a green room, which means we'd be likely to find another gem. This gives us 2 exits, which is pretty nice. The bedroom and furnace are both trash, so even though I only have 1 gem, I probably get it back here. Let's build the aquarium. And hope we get another gem. Ooh, we got a lever! Hold up. Broken lever. Okay. We did not get a gem, from what I can tell. But picking up a broken lever is very interesting. I think... Yeah, we'll build this... Well, do I want to... So I have to do some backtracking to get back to the greenhouse. Let's see what we can draft here. I can't the courtyard. Okay. Courtyard doesn't work because I don't have the gem for it, sadly. So we have no... Corridor does nothing. So we got to go utility closet, which means this is our only exit north, but that's okay. Let me build this. And then I do want to make some changes. So let's turn keycard system off, garage on, and then I'll try toggling the dark room. We haven't built it yet, but I might have to come back here to get this to work. Turn the gymnasium off. I guess we'll do the indicators. Wait, what? So I guess we'll do the first one for now. All right, now we'll go back to, we're going back through security anyway, so we'll change our settings. We're gonna need some, we might need some steps here, but I definitely want to find out if the green room thing that I suspected works. All right, we found everything. That's good to know. Keycard system. Security level should now be high. Okay, and then offline mode is unlocked. So all the keycard doors should be open to us now. And we should see more of them in the estate. So we're going to want to go left from the hallway and then up to the greenhouse. Okay. I want to try this lever so bad. I'm so interested to see if this works. We're burning through steps here, but it's all in the name of learning. Yeah, broken lever. Oh, okay. We might be able to get into the antechamber for the first time this run. I might beeline straight here now. So steps and keys are going to be the issue. We got to get back to the aquarium and head north. We do have the compass, so it should be pretty easy to get north here. All right. Oh, I want to get into the antechamber real bad. All right, through security to the aquarium. Or, no, yeah, north to the aquarium. And we go north. All right, we've got 3 keys to work with. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't notice this before. All right, we picked up a coin. All right, let's get to the antechamber if we can. Well, it said... The note we found said 3 levers are required. But this door should be open then, right? I don't know if 3 are required or not. All right, let's see if we can do this. Okay, Den seems solid. We can pick up a gem, which we don't have any of, which might help us draft things. Let's go Den. Pick up our gem, take a quick peek around for anything extra that might have spawned in. I don't think I've ever seen anything extra in this room. Yeah, we never got to this room to check if the... Well, that's fine. We can do that on another day. I should maybe be making more notes about which painting spawn on which grid cell to test if that hypothesis is correct, but right now I'm too excited by the idea of making it into the antechamber, so let's see. Courtyard. Again, it's green, so there should be a gem in here, plus there should be diggables. And this gets us an exit to the east as well, which we need, so yeah, let's go courtyard. And then take a peek around. So I'm not going to burn a key on this. I need keys for doors. Let's dig this up. Nothing of interest. Okay. It said it was going to spread gems in green rooms, so I haven't seen that yet. Maybe here? We found a key. All right, gems help us draft, I guess. I guess technically there could be a gem in here or multiple gems in here. This might be worth checking out. Now, since I picked up that 4th key, I think I will see. Do we get like 2 gems out of this? No, just a crap ton of gold. Okay. Well, at least we got 20 gold so we can buy food if we run across a kitchen. Okay. Let's go east first. And see what we get. Cloister we can't build. Secret passage I can't build. No gems. So I guess we're going bedroom and then north from there. All right. Could there be any goodies hidden away in here? I should be looking for dirt patches too, I guess. Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's anything in here. All right, let's head north. Observatory, can't build, don't have the gem. I guess we're going spare room. I could go chapel. I have 21 gold. Yeah, all right, let's go chapel. Because right now, yeah, we could backtrack to the courtyard and get a little bit more of this western side. There's no exits getting over here, and because we have the compass, we're not... Unless I put the compass away, like in a coat check room or something, we're not probably getting south again. Any goodies? Doesn't look like it. All right. I'm surprised I haven't gotten more gems. Like, it said it was going to spread gems in the green rooms, but then we built a bunch of green rooms and didn't get any gems. Do I want to use a key here? I've only got 3 keys, so in the worst case, I would need all 3. Unless the antechamber door is open. We can backtrack here if we have to, but let's make for the antechamber here. All right. Attic has 8 items. Never seen that before. 3 gem requirement. That's kind of amazing. We don't have gems, so it's got to be the corridor, unfortunately. I don't think they can give you 3 rooms that require gems. I think it will always give you one option. It's probably a crappy option most of the time, but there will always be at least one room you don't need resources to build. All right, hopefully this doesn't... Oh man, I don't have a dice, do I? Yeah, I have no way to reroll. All right, let's see how we do. Okay, guess it's got to be spare room here. Because guest bedroom's dead end. Drawing room I can't afford. Oh man, we're 1 room away. I don't have a lot of steps. I have 20 steps. Yeah, this is like, I could backtrack here and try to get my hands on a gem out of this exit or the den exit. You know what? Before I draft this, because this is so important. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I can afford to do these 2 rooms. I shouldn't have entered this. I should have just drafted it. But I want to see if I can get my hands on a couple gems before we draft this last door. Because if it's 3 dead ends, if it's a dead end and 2 rooms that I can't afford to build, I'm going to be furious. So yeah. Oh, and I save some steps backtracking through the bedroom too. So we're okay here. Yeah, I'm going to go back to the den first. And draft this room. Okay, green rooms do not cost gems to draft. That's fantastic. The pool I've never seen before adds locker room, sauna, and pump room to today's draft pool. That's fascinating. So I don't think we've ever seen the terrace either. And there could be dirt pools here. I'm really glad I made this decision. Okay, very cool. A terrace balcony overlooking the grounds, providing an ideal spot for appreciating all the verdure and greenery that the estate offers. Okay. What do we got here? There's a gem, finally. And green rooms cost nothing to draft, so that's fantastic as well. And then if we actually look out over the grounds... Where are we? On the west side? Yeah, I don't think we've been on that path. I think it's like locked behind a gate or something. Well, okay, this was definitely the right play. There's nothing else to do here. But let's return to the courtyard. And draft this to see if we can get any other resources that we might need. Yes. We have 2 keys, so I think we're okay here. What do we want to draft? Discover less common floor plans while drafting in the library. So this has 1 exit west. The dining room... Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We haven't reached room 8 or rank 8 yet. Nook gets us a key. Dining room gets us 1 exit north. This gets us an exit west. And we discover less common floor plans here. All right, let's go library. This is interesting. There could be some stuff in here, and we get to read a new library or a new room description. 2 stories of wall-to-wall books surround the reader in this room. exhibiting either a bountiful spring of knowledge or typical interior design sensibilities of the wealthy. A few books have been withdrawn from the shelves and placed on rostrum stands in various corners of the library. All right. So we got to take our time examining this room because there could be secret books to pull. And I'll only know if I like mouse over them. Kind of like we saw in the secret passage. Could be, right? All right, nothing in this corner. There's the exit. We've still got plenty of steps, so I think we're okay to draft another room out of the west exit here. And then we've got pilot and planter. I think there is something with the first letter. I'm not sure. Maybe, I don't know. But it seems like there is. Just something to keep in mind, I guess. All right, so what are you? You're not readable. Additional reading. The house directory is a great resource for information. If you wish to read more about a specific room in your house, press R to pull up the directory. We've already done that, right? Yeah, we've seen everything. I don't think there's any rooms in here that we haven't already read. Yeah, I'm not seeing any books to pull or interact with. Can't read that. Okay, so there doesn't appear to be any secrets in the shelves themselves. There's an interesting second floor there. There's another gem, very nice. And Mount Holly Library book request form in library use only. Books and periodicals requested with this form will be pulled and available the next time you draft the library. Please select one. Okay. Okay, what? This may have something to do with meta progression, or at least giving us a clue to something. All right, so Sightseer's Guide to Reddington by Andrew Darrell. Don't know who that is. Marion Marigold. We could read Swimbird. That's our mother. So we've read The Red Prince. We could now read Swimbird. The Fixed Stars by Richard Witt. That may have something to do with the observatory. History of Arindia. Caleb Manning. This was the guy who got arrested for treason, I think. EPCW Pump System User Manual. All right, that may help us understand how to use the steam room, or the boiler room, whatever it's called. And then Drafting Strategy, Architectural Digest, Volume 3. This may have something to do with some sort of meta progression change. Like maybe we get to pull a fourth floor plan or something about drafting that would be better. Eventually we're going to want to read all of these, but we're going to have to find and build the library over multiple days here. What's going to be the most helpful to us right now? I think it's going to be this drafting strategy. Any thoughts from the chat? Pila and Dituta. Any ideas here? I think all of these are important for some reason or other, but in terms of the first one, what do you guys think? Do you agree with me? Is this drafting strategy a good call for our first book? So we not only do we have to request it now and then build it again just to read this. Well, all right. I think I'm going to go with the drafting strategy. There's my name, Simon P. Jones. Okay, so now what? Okay, it stays set. All right. Man, this turned out to be a really good day. Really good run here. First one was such a bust. All right, let's draft a room out of... wait a minute. Can I climb this? I can. Okay, and here's the second floor. All right, hold on. There's more. Mount Holly Records. Temporal records. Total time, 6... Oh, this is my playtime. Total days, longest day, average day. Okay. Resource records. Steps taken, keys turned, gems used, gold spent, total stars. Draft records. Puzzle records. We've solved every puzzle at least once, it looks like. Okay, so that's your achievements, I guess, in the game. What else we got up here? Anything else that we could interact with or take? Gems, keys, coins, secret passages, anything like that? Magnifying glass, wherever that ended up being. Doesn't seem like it. All right, and then over here, what do we got? Mount Holly's scrapbook. Okay. Okay, so we have a picture of the orchard here. Greetings from Reddington postcard. The picture of Herbert. And then a date. November 5th in the Reddington Herald. The Baron of Mount Holly names nephew provisional heir. And then it's like it wants us to paste something here. Oh. So if we had a picture of ourselves, maybe this is how we identify the people in the game, the people we've seen in the pictures. So like, this would be, you know what? If this is related to us, if this is related to Simon Jones, then maybe that's a clue about how to open the padlock on the orchard. I believe there were 4 numbers here. So maybe this is related to Simon. Maybe that's why this is clipped here. All right, something to think about. My favorite floor plans. Den. Can't seem to ever pass it up. Most drafted. Den, hallway, and spare room. Most paid for. Courtyard, security, and passageway. Most time spent in, yeah, the drawing room. We were trying to solve that damn puzzle. The entrance hall and security. Contraptions I've made. Totally empty. Commissary receipt. Salt shaker. 5 gold. Paid in full. Have a great day. Largest purchase. Then we got a bunch of stuff here. I don't know what that is. Most avoided floor plans. Workshop, office, and weight room. Huh. Maybe one day. An empty section. Can I take one of these paper clips? No. Okay. All right. So they're kind of records about the playthrough, but there's also maybe some hints or information there. I don't know. All right, let's draft. 14 steps, so we can't go wild here. So 1, 2, 3. That's free. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I can go in this next room and come back and have 5 steps to spare, I guess. Let's see what we want to make. The billiard room, not great. Just gives us, I think it was keys, which we don't need. Mailroom could be good for the next one. We don't have the gems for the attic. So maybe we just build a mailroom here and get ourselves a package for the next, for day 7. I don't think billiard, yeah, let's just do that. Order placed. Okay. So we could go in there and there might be a random spawn to pick up, but I don't think it's worth the step right now. Is there anywhere else we can exit? No, we just got to go straight here now. So I picked up 2 gems that I didn't have. I have my key. All right. Let's go see if we can get into the antechamber. You gotta be kidding me. I can't. Why? Why though? Maybe the secret passage works? Maybe? Guest bedroom definitely doesn't. That's a dead end. Nook doesn't have the north exit. Maybe secret passage works? I don't know. We'll have to try it. Antechamber is not a color. So how is this gonna work? Red Rover. You know, I don't know that I ever took screenshots of these because they've got some information on them. So like this gold sink, is by Market, or has Market Press. Drawback Press. This Red Rover by Scarlet. The Key to the Bedroom by Violet. And then the Halls of Holly are a local imprint, and Green Thumb doesn't have anything on it. So what do I do here? I don't want a bedroom. I don't want a red room. I don't want a gold room. Wait, so like does the antechamber become? I don't know how this works. Well, we've got a bunch of stuff for green. If this gives us a door that opens into the antechamber and the antechamber gets transmuted by what we choose, I think we might have just blown this, but let me try Green Thumb here and see. Do we even get a door? Oh. Okay. Okay. Let's enter the antechamber. Okay. So that door has the moon symbol on it. You know what this reminds me of? The locket that we saw on the picture of the woman we suspect is our mother. That looks like her locket. Okay. To continue up, you must go down. You found the basement key. Okay. Yeah, if we found the actual locket, it would socket into this slot and this door would open, I think. We found the basement key. Okay, so the run's not over, I don't think. Do I have any exits on here at all? Greenhouse. I have no exits anywhere on the map, unfortunately. Yeah, there's literally nothing. So I didn't leave myself any leeway. Not that I have steps anyway. There's really, so there's no, all right, so spare room, corridor, nothing. No, chapel. I have an exit from the chapel. If we could build like the kitchen or the dining room here, we would get food for more steps and then maybe have a way to progress. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll only give us 4 steps, but it is an exit. We can't continue now that we have the basement key. Maybe that gives us the option to draft it. So to the chapel. Very exciting stuff. So I guess the antechamber overrode the drafting that we were doing. I guess. All right. So no dead ends, thank you very much. Please and thank you, a way to get to the basement would be great. I want to see more. I want to learn more. And anything with steps in it would be good as well. The door is locked. Ooh. Special key. Basement key. So I need a locked door? Oh, the key does not fit. Okay. Well, that's our last regular key. Conference room. So I don't know where I use that key then. The door to the basement. Maybe in the grand hall, the room with seven locked doors. Maybe one of those would do it. We might get gems in here. And it has 2 exits, including one south, which is unusual. The cloister. We built this once before. This has 3 exits, which is great. I've only got 5 steps, though. You know what? We'll do this and we'll draft all 3 rooms and see if we can get something with food in it. This would get us more gems, maybe, if I missed something that was spread. But this gives us 3 exits, which gives us a better chance of getting some food or some kind of steps. Let's build the cloister. Also, we have the shovel, but there's no way for me to get in there to dig. Yeah, I don't fully understand this room. So if you read the description, it says a covered walk and colonnade surrounding an enclosed and seemingly inaccessible garden. I think maybe if we got to the basement, we could come up here. Maybe. All right, let's draft all 3 of these rooms. Let's see if we can get the dining room. Would be perfect. All right, I don't have a key here, which sucks. The pool, the dining room, perfect. Okay, this is very helpful. I think we go straight in and eat. Let's see what was served today. Looks like it was fish. Dinner is served. Today's main course, lemon glazed salmon, charbroiled, Cajun spiced salmon, lemon butter sauce served over spinach leaf. Plus 20 steps, plus an additional 10 if you have an aquarium in your house. So I'm going to have 30 steps now. Okay, this was huge. I keep surviving by the skin of my teeth here. Very exciting. We're out of keys, which is bad. We only have 1 gem. We have plenty of money, though. All right. I need to figure out where I use this damn basement key. I think it's got to be the room with 7 locks. The grand hallway. Because it never made sense to me. There's only 4 exits from any given square. So it never made sense to me that there were 7 locked doors. Like, how would that work? 3 of them must go elsewhere. Other than adjacent grid cell rooms. I mean, that's got to be the way it works. Hey, there's a free gem. Glad I looked. Okay. Whew. Man. Okay. All right. We're doing it. We're gaming. We're gaming. Let's head south here, I think. Yep. Didn't I already build a veranda? No, I wanted to, but I didn't have the gems for it. Okay, so this becomes a dead end, which is fine. Although we've already built 1, 2, 3, 4 green rooms. So, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is the last one, so I don't think this is actually helping me. This doesn't do anything. This does. It gets me a key and access to another room. I don't think I want this. I'll double check after we do this, but I think I'm going Nook here. And then if I look at green rooms, okay, there are 2 more. So I could have drafted 2 more, technically. So there's 8 green rooms total. And I guess, where are the red rooms? Yeah, there's 8 red rooms, 8 shops, and I've only built 2 of these shops. 8 green rooms, 8 hallways. We need to build the Great Hall, I think. And then check the 4 corner doors, I think. I mean, I don't even know if I think is the right word. It might be better to say I guess. All right, let's continue. What do we got here? Nursery, or just take the bedroom for 10 more steps. I don't think this is worth the gem investment since we got our meal. This will lock out these 2 squares, but that's okay. I think we just take the 10 steps from the guest bedroom here. And now we're up to 41. Very, very respectable number of steps to have. Hey, there's the magnifying glass. How does this work? We finally found this. A wood and brass magnifying glass. Inspect documents of the estate more closely. Okay. All right. Not sure about that. So, like, if I use this... Okay, so I can see a little bit better. You know where this might be really helpful? Is the scribbled out password. The scribbled out password in the security room. That might be worth backtracking to see. Okay, that's really cool, actually. So where are we going now? Do I want to go all the way back to security? I don't know if I maybe, I don't know. I don't think it's going to help me that much, actually. We want to, if we, yeah, we probably want to try and like find the magnifying glass early. So maybe we'll check it at the coat check if we get a chance to build that. We've got 2 exits going north here, and there are no other exits available anywhere. So let's focus on that first. We can backtrack if we run into a dead end and have spare steps left at the end. All right. Bunk room, billiard room, veranda. Getting more keys from the billiard room seems solid. Let's do that. Has anything changed here? Doesn't look like it. Coin. Those probably changed. All right, let's do this. 20. So 5 plus 6 plus 7 is 18. 13 minus 6 is 7, minus 2 is 5. And then 12 minus 7 is 5, times 4 is 20. Okay. And then 20 minus 10 times 2 is 20. And there's, okay, this time it's a silver key. Unlocking a door with a silver key leads to a room with many doors. Okay, so we might, okay, we go silver key into basement key, maybe? This isn't locked, sadly. We could go boudoir to get another exit. Coat check is a room and game ender. I guess we go boudoir here. All right. There's this safe that I have no idea how to open. Is there anything else? Keys, gems, coins. Doesn't look like it. All right. Hopefully this is locked. All right. Let's use the silver key. I guess we go passageway here. Do we? It said a room with many doors. So I guess it just meant... I don't think I want to burn these 2 gems here. I guess I go gymnasium? Archives is bad because we won't be able to see what we're drafting. I don't have a good way to get more gems and I might need them. This will head north. It'll... Okay, so this was not what I was hoping for. This is our only exit, right? All the left is blocked off. Can't go south. Yeah. I could go archives to get 2 exits. Yeah, I think it's better to go, even though this is troubling, the floor plan thing. I think we go archives here. And, you know, we do have the magnifying glass, so let's take a quick peek at how that interacts with the scrapbook. I don't know if there's anything like... We can definitely see she's wearing... Yeah, she's wearing the pendant. I don't know if there's anything else to get from... using the magnifying glass here. There's this. We can take a closer peek at their faces, I guess, and their surroundings. Oh, that's a different pendant. That's a swan. Okay. That's not the pendant I thought it was. That's a different... Okay, that's a different look. She's got a swan pendant there. That was helpful, I guess. Here's a key card door. This should be free to open. All right, laboratory's trash. Don't know what this is. Laboratory at least gets us another exit. Costs us a gem, but has experimental house features. Let's try this. Let's see what this looks like. All right. A fully staffed research facility furnished with all manner of scientific equipment and measurement devices. This home laboratory provides a controlled environment in a remote location, far from prying eyes and traditional safety regulations. Okay. That seems important. What do we got here? I typically work over at Cinca Labs, but got sent over here for a month to assist more with the new turbine tests. I think I need some help. For the past 3 days, I've been unable to find the laboratory on the estate. Today was the first success on that front. Can anyone tell me if this is typical, and if so, how do you get any work done? Before I arrived, I was briefed on the way the doors work, but I must admit I did not expect to be excluded from my new workstation for the first week. Any tips from my fellow technicians would be appreciated. Kimberly Thompson. All right, Kim. This machine requires additional power piped in from the boiler room. Okay, so we're not going to do anything here. We don't even have the boiler room built. I can, I guess, take a screenshot of it. God, I have like 50 screenshots for this game so far. This seems important, right? Periodic table of the elements. So this would be hydrogen, right? That's a 3 for some reason. This might be spelling something out. Hold on. So periodic table. All right. So I'm looking at a periodic table right now. Let's swap back and forth here. Okay, so 1 is down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know what the left is for, but the 6th one is 3, 4, 5, 6. AM. All right, AM, and then S, AMS, H, AMSH, PA. What? AMSHPA. We might have to read this backwards. Hold on. 5 over here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then down 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Was it TC or RE? RE. This doesn't seem like it's working, but okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. GD? GDU? So it was AMS. Oh, when did I hit insert? SHPARE GDU? Something like that. And then 8 is up here. Then 9, 10, 11. Maybe I can make that work. 8, 9, 10, 11. So F POOG at. Did I get those right? 9, 10, 11. POOGAT. Yeah, I think that's right. And then 12 is NE. Is that 12? A is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So AM is its own thing. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Was it NE for 12? Yeah, okay. So AMSH. What if I go backwards? NEAT. So like NEAT, AT go? Or no? If I'm doing it that way, then it's NEAT OGPOFDUGREPAHSAM. Nito Gapofu Direk Shipsham. Enta Go Up Fud Gerap Hasham. All right. Well, unfortunately, it seems like this is not quite that simple to understand. It's definitely a clue, but I think we'll have to come back to that. I mean, there's tons and tons of stuff here, but I don't know. Let's see what else we've got. Man, that's confusing. So there's this, yeah, Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. There's already letters here. I think, I got some stuff wrong. Hold on. All right, so the letters are already here. So PU. That one's kind of hard to see. S. How did I get this so wrong? Hold on, I've definitely done this wrong. So PU. I'm pretty sure that's an S back there. PUS. H. All right, hold on. Now it seems like it's spelling something. I did something wrong there. So PUSH. THRE. Is that right? THRE. So 3. THRE. EU. Yeah, okay, this is spelling out something. THRE EU. Push 3 up or something? What's 7? PA. Yeah, up. That one's really hard to read. It's next to O and above CL. That's F for fluorine. Where was I? 7's PA. 8 is F. PAF. 9. TE. EN. TERN. I. TERNI. And 12 is NE. So push 3 up after 9. Push 3 up after 9. Okay. So I think that means here, once we have this powered on, we push 9 up and then 3. And there may be more involved elsewhere in this room. Like, I don't know. This room is very confusing. Yeah, here's another helper for that puzzle. But it very clearly spells out push 3 up after 9. What do we have here? Heating and cooling curves. So water melting point at 1.1 ppt. Melting point 0 degrees Celsius. Ice. Complete thaw. Cooler is unaffected, which we definitely couldn't see without this magnifying glass. Cooler is unaffected at complete thaw. So something like 18C. Test 205 at atmospheric pressure 93 kPa in Mount Holly Freezer Lab Technician Randolph M. All right, lots of, I mean, the depth this game is showing is pretty astonishing, really. Here on the central island, there doesn't seem to be anything else. Oh, there is a computer. There's a lab computer. We've seen this lab computer before in a picture or something. Okay, I guess we're reading this now. Experimental house feature. In the laboratory, you're free to experiment by testing and combining different mechanics to create an original and unique house feature that will last until the end of the day. Okay. Research logs. No experiments found. Research logs will be available the day after an experiment has been performed. Pause experiment. Okay. Log into network. Red prints. No. Probably not going to work. All right. Let's do an experiment. All right. Choose a cause from column A and an effect from column B. Whenever you draft an archived floor plan, permanently add 1 gold to your allowance. I like that idea. I think we have to find an item to get our allowance. When you draft a red room, lose 5 steps, and then for each bedroom you draft after your second. Okay. So for this run, probably archived. I don't care about gaining gold. I don't really need steps. So let's take the permanent allowance feature. Okay, do you want to create and activate this experimental house feature? After approval, this experimental feature will remain active for the rest of the day. Okay, sure. Okay, we'll leave that running. All right, this room had a bunch of stuff in it. Oh, there's one more thing. Effective immediately, electronic mail can only be accessed via the security terminal. That's a red memo, which means it's false, which means electronic mail could be accessed here if we knew how, maybe? Upgrade disk. That must be what we remember. We didn't find that upgrade disk. It was listed on the security terminal. That must be something that affects like that, I think, maybe. All right, boy, this run's turning out very interesting. Let's go north from here. So, drawing room kind of sucks. We're getting near the end of the run. I have no idea how to use the basement key. Let's try this archive floor plan. We have one other exit if this doesn't work well. All right, here's the dark room, and my allowance has been raised. Experiment successful. All right, before we leave, let's see. So, all right. There's no logs because the day hasn't finished. Do I want to go in here? There is an exit on the other side. Oh, experiment number 1. Whenever you draft an archive floor plan, permanently add 1 gold to your allowance. Successful triggers 1. Okay. So we did, all the way back at the utility closet, we did flip the breaker here, but I think, yeah, that's what I expected. It's going to go out now. Okay. We got a free exit over here, so let's take it. No idea what we're dealing with here, so I'm going to take the free one. I only have the 1 gem. Oh, you're more likely to draw red rooms while drafting. That sucks. All right. We might be able to get into this room for free from the archives without spending the key, so let's try it, because we got steps, but we don't have keys. Let's see. Oh, look at this, the metal detector. I missed that. How did I miss that? Oh, greater chance of finding keys is nice. All right, are you gonna open for me? All right, this is our last key. Select a new floor plan to permanently add to your estate's drafting pool. Man, if I had 1 more gem, I would so build this. All right, let's at least, this may be the end of the run, but let's at least get our allowance up. Oh, I lost half my stuff there from the gym, from entering the weight room. Well, we've never been in here. An exercise room outfitted with weightlifting equipment. A good workout session here will wipe you out and leave you with little energy left for exploring. That sucks. Is there anything else in here since we've built it already and entered it? Wait. Drafting it lost half my steps? I guess not entering it. Maybe it's a one-time deal. I guess we can find out. Changing the way that the security doors work, the keycard doors work, was very effective for this run. All right, so this is the last exit we have available. If I don't get the grand hallway, we're screwed. Or the run's over, rather. Okay. So locksmith we'd like to build at least once. We've never built it before, but we don't need keys because the run is over. Commissary doesn't help us. Let's at least raise our allowance. And maybe super luck out. What is this? This is the bunk room? Okay, so let me just double check. Yeah, that's it. Run's over, sadly. We could... I will use my steps to go back to security and see if the magnifying glass helps with that password at all. I don't think it will. Let's eat the bananas, because why not? I don't think there's any keys or gems, because we did find the metal detector, and it's not beeping. All right, so I got 20 steps. I want to get back to security, all the way back at the entrance. So what's the way to get there? Looks like I gotta go through the weight room, which, if it takes another half my steps, that's brutal, and we might not be able to do it. Okay. I think I go to the boudoir and then through the dining room. Wait, how do I... No, I gotta go to the cloister and then through the chapel. Yeah, so I do need to get to the dining room. All right, so I go all the way to the boudoir and then circle around. I go left and then right. Okay. So straight through to the boudoir, then left into the billiard room. Is this going to take another half my steps? No. Okay, so it only takes half your steps when you build it. That's good to know. Make sure this is right. Yeah, then we go through the chapel to the bedroom. It's a long walk back, but okay. This game has secrets galore. It's kind of amazing how dense it is with secrets and mysteries. All right, from here, we go left to the den, and then... Yeah, and then straight shot to security. Okay. I want to know, will the magnifying glass help here? I kind of think it does. It does. It solves it for me. Swan song. I thought I typed this in. I thought I tried this. Oh, you know what I tried? I tried the abbreviated version from the license plate. I didn't try the actual word. All right, well... There's a new piece of data for us. That's meta progression. All right, let's log in. Damn. Yeah, that's what I typed. SWNSNG. Oh, listen to that. It's a 56K modem. Okay, wow, there's a bunch of stuff here. All right, so we're almost done with the stream today, but we're going to read all this stuff and check it out. Staff services. Punch in, punch out. The service has been temporarily disabled. As of November 4th, all work has been suspended at Mount Holly and all domestic staff has been placed on extended paid leave in accordance with the instructions left by the old man himself. See Mrs. Babbage for more details. Okay. Staff announcements. Saturday, November 7th. I don't think anyone else has access to this network this month except you, Simon. So if you're reading this, just know we're all rooting for you. Your friends in faithful service. Oh, that's nice. Request schedule change? What does this do? This has been disabled. Okay. Special orders. If you would like to get a specific brand of gum or your favorite fruit, the commissary is now taking special orders for all members of the staff. Special orders can take 1 to 3 days. Okay, let's place a special order. Brass compass, magnifying glass, metal detector, running shoes, shovel, sleeping mask, sledgehammer. So, brass magnifying glass could be solid, but I think we've already found We've already found a couple things from it, but I need it at the start of a run. Brass compass is okay. Metal detector's okay. Shovel's okay. Sleeping mask is solid. Sledgehammer, I don't know. I only usually see 1 or 2, like 0 or 1 boxes, and this just opens a box without using a key. We don't actually know what the running shoes are, so let me request this. Would you like the commissary to order running shoes? This order is estimated to take 1 to 2 days. Yeah, okay. Fascinating stuff here. Staff services, I think that's everything. Okay, let's look at remote terminal access. It's possible to connect to other active terminals elsewhere on the state using RTA. So the lab is online. We've never built the shelter, and we've never built the office. So this is going to route us through to the lab terminal, I guess. Is this the same password? It is. Okay. So we can double back to the security terminal and see the other entries there. But let's see what's hidden away on the lab network. Oh, it's the same. It's all the same stuff. Okay. Let's look at electronic mail. The permissions of this terminal do not allow for access to the electronic mail account. Currently, this feature can only be accessed via the terminal located in the office. Okay, good to know. What about data transfers? Data transfers from Cinca are not currently available. Okay, wait, I need a screenshot of this. And then glossary of terms. What is this? Oh, terms for like game terms? Okay. Rooms are considered adjoined if they are connected to each other via a doorway. Allowance. A set amount of gold granted at the beginning of each day. Your allowance is typically left in the entrance hall each morning. Fantastic. Okay, we know about archived floor plans. So there's stuff we can't actually see here. Checked item. If on your estate you have drafted a coat check, you may use it to check an item. This will allow you to retrieve that item on any day you have a coat check on your estate. Oh, that's not a one-time deal. So if I check the magnifying glass, then anytime I build the coat check, I can retrieve it. And then maybe I can override what the one... I don't think it's going to let me store multiple items, but like maybe it would let me override what I have checked. Okay, color. We already knew about this. We know about dead end. We know about dig. What the hell are Dirigiblocks? In the commissary, players may find an arcade cabinet for the popular game Dirigiblocks. To the dismay of board staff members of the staff, the cabinet has not been in working order for the last several years. Although the game is currently not accessible, it is scheduled to be added in a future patch. Okay. Drafting, draft pool, draw. East wing. What is this defined as? The east wing of the house are the 9 rooms that border the very right edge of the house. Okay. Certain rooms have an effect that is only triggered upon physically entering the room. Okay. The estate refers to all the explorable areas, including the rooms currently drafted as well as the grounds. The house. Okay. Yeah. Floor plan gems. Glossary of terms. Feature on the network. Okay. Green room, grounds, hallway, house, history. System menu. Okay. Inventory, items, keys. Keycard door locked. Luck. Luck determines the likelihood that you will find additional items and rooms on your estate. Luck can be raised by certain items and rooms marked on their floor plan by a clover. Okay. Mechanical. Right, the utility closet, the boiler room, the lab. Heavy mechanics and contain control systems that can interact with other elements. Each terminal on the estate is connected to a local network named Blackbridge. That seems important. This network allows users to remotely connect to other active terminals, as well as providing access to staff services and other handy features like this glossary. Most things on the estate reset from one day to the next. It's the nature of the house. However, a few things are permanent and are usually marked as such. Permanent changes do not reset each day. Right, very important. The estate's boiler room is known as a power source because it provides steam power conveyed to room via ducts. Power can be transported across great distances as long as you continue to string together rooms that contain power ducts. That seems rough. A 10th rank, right? Okay. Redraw we knew about. Red rooms. Yep, red rooms suck. Reset. Security locked. Shop. Special floor plan. Cost gems. Spread stars. There are several ways to increase the amount of stars visible in the night sky. The easiest method, of course, is drafting observatories. Each additional star creates new formations of constellations, which in turn provide beneficial effects. Rooms that feature... Okay, tomorrow rooms. Trunk. West path. This path can be accessed from both the garage and the west gate, which is usually kept latched and locked. Okay. So, overall, a pretty interesting run. The first run was garbage. Second run, we learned a lot of information here. We got the network password for the terminal. Yeah, we learned a little bit more. We figured out how a lot of the items work that we hadn't seen before. We found some stuff that's very interesting. What do I have? 10 steps left, but there's no exit, so it sort of doesn't matter. All right, I think... Oh, my allowance. Yeah, my allowance. We got my allowance up to 4. Pretty solid there. 4 coins at the start of every day. I like that. Learn more about rooms. Yeah, this was this second run was a pretty good one. We got the broken lever and made it into the antechamber. I still don't know how to use the basement key, but my guess would be the Great Hall. Because these 4 doors, the cardinal points, should go to rooms, but then there's 4 other doors. And maybe one of them goes to the basement? I can't think of another place where it might happen. I can't think of a place I know of that might do that. Room 46. Yeah. Okay. Well, even though I've got 10 steps left and a bunch of money, there's no more exits, so I could run around and look for stuff to look at with the magnifying glass, but I think that's best saved for another run. I think I'm going to call it here. As always, I'd like to thank those of you who stopped by live. That includes Pilachu and D2Ta. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream or the parts of it that you stayed for. If you are watching this in the future, hope you enjoyed this as well. This was a pretty good stream. Two good, well, one crummy day and one really solid day with what feels like a good amount of progress. But that's going to be it for today. So as always, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for being part of my community and leaving comments and all that good stuff. We'll be back tomorrow with more blueprints, and hopefully we'll figure out how to power on the lab and then push 3 up after 9. Garden Inn of the Dead. What? Oh, because I had 11 dead-end rooms built. That's fascinating. Garden Inn of the Dead. Fantastic. Okay, we'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye.